Okay, we are now in 12.7. 12.7 is all about bonds. Many corporations and governments raise money by issuing bonds. A bond is a written pledge that you will be repaid your specified amount of money plus interest. Unlike stocks, when you invest in a bond, you do not become a part owner of the corporations. Instead, when you buy bonds, you are lending money to the corporation or government. In return for the loan, the corporations or government pays you interest. So some corporations might be in the mix of something and might need a little bit extra money. So instead of going any other way, but they don't want to share any other stock, they just need money for something real fast, and that's it. They can buy a bond from either a person or another corporation, and all this bond is basically, a lot of people know them as bonds to get people out of jail. So all you have to do is you go to whoever is selling the bond, you pick your bond, you buy it. You basically write on a note that your face value is how much you're gonna borrow. Face value is how much you're gonna borrow. That it's gonna be for an interest rate, and you pay everything back, face value and the interest, at one time when the bond expires. So you can buy a bond for only 6 months, and at the end of the 6 months, you have to pay everything back. So to find how much your bond is going to cost, we're going to do the face value times the percent. To find what your annual interest rate is going to be, you're going to take the face value and multiply it by the interest rate. The percent and the interest rate are going to be different numbers. They're both going to be percentages. One of them won't be written as one of them will. But we'll see that in this example. To find your annual yields, because anytime, say you decide you're going to go and you're going to make a living, you have a lot of money, and you're going to let people borrow bonds from you. So you do it for one person, they recommend you to everyone else, and next thing you know, you have all these corporations asking you and wanting to buy bonds from you. So you want to know, how much are you getting back from this investment? Because buying a bond from a company and lending money to a company and getting more in interest back. Anytime you get interest back, you want to know how much of it you're getting back compared to how much you let them borrow. So remember, the higher the annual yield, the better investment it is. You want to get more money back than what you put in. So we're actually going to take that annual interest from right here and divide it by the bond cost, which we will be finding as well. Okay, so George Vanderhill purchases a Ford Fund $1,000 bond at the quoted price of $89.5. The bond pays interest at a rate of 6%. We're going to be finding the interest, the cost of the bond, and the annual. Sorry, my cat decided that now is going to be his crack hour. So he is all over the place right now. Salem, get off. Go. Go. Get down. Down. So he's going crazy. Alright, so we're with George right now, right? We are. Yes, George. I have to fix this. I gotta go hide in my room because my little brother's being loud in the kitchen. Alright, to find your annual interest, I want to point out something real fast. Quoted price at 89.5. The quoted price is going to be our percent. So that's technically 89.5%. So you'd have to move the decimal to the left twice to get 0.895. That's how all of this is going to be, is your quoted price. So to find your annual interest right here says it is the face value times your interest rate. Anything that's a rate is a percentage. So it says that he's purchasing a $1,000 bond. That's your face value. Your face value is how much is your bond, what the amount your bond is going to be. It's at an interest at a rate of 6%, so that'd be 0.06. 1,000 times 6% is going to be $60. That's your annual interest. $60 annual interest. Alright, so then to find your bond cost, you're going to take that face value again and multiply it by the percent or the quoted price. So our face value is still $1,000, and our quoted price, change it to a decimal, you get 0.895. Which is going to give you $895. And then to find your annual yield, you're going to take the annual interest and divide it by the bond cost. So your annual interest is going to be right here, that's $60. Your bond cost was $895. And 60 divided by 895 is going to give you 0.06704. But you got to multiply that by 100 because annual yields are in percentages. So this is actually going to be 6.704%. Alright, and the reason we had to do this bond cost is actually some people, if you have a really good reputation for paying your bonds back on time, then they might actually deduct a little bit. So if they let you borrow $1,000, so if you lend somebody $1,000 but the person that you're lending it to, you know they're super duper reliable, you can knock off their price to do the quoted price. So instead of them paying the full face value of $1,000, they only have to pay the quoted price of 89.5% of that original cost, plus how much they're going to have to pay for the face values. So that can be one way. Some people make you pay the full cost. Some people might give you a little discount and only make you pay a certain price. That's more of a topic that you touch on in accounting, actually, because I remember talking about this in my accounting class. So that is it for 12.7.